Hello and welcome to the second in our series of workshops looking how to create power pages. Power pages are landing pages which really pack a punch, and we're using Buildrun to create these. Now yesterday we took a look at some of the basics of creating a landing page using drag and drop functionality, and today we're going to dig in a little bit deeper, and specifically we're going to look at how to connect the opt-in form to your email service provider, and I'm using MailChimp as an example here. However, if you're using a different email service, if you let me know, I'll do an add-on tutorial to show how to do that. And we're also going to look at how to use banners as a neat way to organize elements on a page. And we're also going to look at adding a second page to our opt-in sequence, so people will go from the opt-in page to a thank you page. So without any further ado, let's crack on. So I went to my dashboard, builders, then I selected the drag and drop Pixel Perfect builder because that's the one that we're currently working in. And I selected new blank site, the same as we did yesterday. And here we are. So as I did yesterday, I'm going to shrink up the header at the top because we don't want to add a menu to this site. We don't want anything to appear on all pages. So we'll just let that one go as it is. And I'm going to add a banner. So yesterday we changed the color of the background, if you remember. We changed the color up here. Today we're going to add a banner and we'll change the color of the banner. So we click on the add here, select banner, and just choose any banner. So you can see I can move the banner around the page. As we noticed yesterday, this little icon here, if I click and drag on that, it would drag everything that's beneath that element. I'm going to move this banner up to the top of the page like this, and to edit the banner, I just right click, select appearance, and you'll see I can change the color, I can add shadow to it, and I can add images. We're going to change the color, but before I do that, let's just quickly add an image so you can see what it could look like. One moment while it's loading, and I'm just going to add this image for now. So you'll see that I've now got a full length background featuring an image. So this could be an image of your product or of you or something that relates to your brand. And you'll also see here we have some different functionality that we can introduce, such as a parallax effect. And this is where different layers of your page or your site move at different speeds. So let's just quickly have a look at that. I'm going to now add a box. This could be another photo or something. Let's just move it down here. Or a piece of text. Oops, I don't want it actually on the bottom banner. Let me just move that up. And then if we just go to preview, we just get an idea of how this works. You'll see that the background is moving at a slower speed than the elements that are on top of it. So that's a nice way to get an interesting effect on the page. But we'll be looking at the different types of parallax effects and other things later on in this workshop. So let me right click to change this appearance. And I'm going to change it to color, background color. Actually, first of all, I'm going to remove the image. So click on the dustbin to remove the image, select colors, and I'm going to select the same gray that I selected yesterday. And I'll just, actually I won't remove this box, we keep this box and we use it for the text like we did yesterday. So I just change this to the right size for the text, right click, appearance, colors, white, border, no border. Okay, and I'm going to put the grid lines back on so I can just see how things are being set up. Now I'm going to quickly add an image. I'm basically going to recreate the page that we did yesterday. So image, here we go, and change this image to the book. I can close this. Okay, and I'm going to duplicate. Yesterday I showed how we can Control and C to copy and Control and V to paste using the keyboard. We can also duplicate by right-clicking and selecting the duplicate button down here. So now I've duplicated, I'll change the image to the logo. Okay, so I'm just going to resize that. I'm going to pause the video while I just go ahead and add the text and add the title, because we did that yesterday and it's not that interesting. Okay, so I've gone ahead and added the text in the title. Now, yesterday we used a contact form as a way of getting people to sign up, and then we then delivered the download after they'd submitted their email address via the contact form. Today we're going to look at integrating the email form to the list that we have at an email service provider, and like I said, I'm using MailChimp. So for this, we use the add email form. So if we just click, and we've got a choice of a couple of different styles. I'm just going to click on any one because we will edit it anyway. And then I'm just going to pull that into place, and it's telling me that we need to configure it, because at the moment nothing will happen. So let's just get this so it fits on the page. And then I'm just going to make this banner, drag the banner down so that everything is on the banner. Here we go. So everything is now in place. So what we need to do now is, when this is live, if somebody wants this download, or if they want access to the voucher code, or whatever it is that we're giving them, they will submit their email address here. And then yesterday we had it set up so it would then come to our email account, and that we would have their address there. Today we're setting it up so they will be added to a list, and that list can be on another email service provider, such as MailChimp or ConvertKit or MailPoet or whoever you use. And one of the benefits of doing that is you then have them on a list that you can use for email automation. So you could set it up then that we follow them up within the next 2 days to make sure that they enjoy the book, or they've used the coupon code, or do they have any questions. So it gets them into the start of our sales funnel potentially, and we can actually then start engaging with them because we've now got them on our emailing list. So we've got our email form here. So what we need to do is to connect it to email service provider. So as always, we right click and configure. And you'll see that these are the different email service providers that we can link to. And we're going to link to MailChimp. So before we do that, we need to go to MailChimp and get some information from there. Okay, here we are at MailChimp. I actually don't use MailChimp. I use MailPoet and a service called Mautic, or the Builder of All own service, which is called Mailing Boss. But I know that MailChimp is a very popular service. I know a lot of people use it. So I'm using this for the example because I think it's going to be the most useful. So what we need is the API code. So to do that, we just go to Account, and we go to Extras, and we go to API keys. One of the benefits of MailChimp, of course, is that you have up to 2,000 subscribers for free. So if you're just starting out, this is a really good alternative, a really good option, because 2,000 people will take a little bit of time to get to that. So it's a good way to actually start getting going with email marketing. So if we go to API key, and there we have a list of the API keys that we have, and I'm going to create a new key. So create a key, and March the 18th. This is the key that I have created. So I'm just now going to copy that to my clipboard. And here we are back at my builder. So I now select MailChimp from here, and it's asking for my access key. So this is linking my page that I'm building here to my MailChimp account. So I just paste that in. Here we go, and log in. And it's giving me a choice of the lists that I have on MailChimp. I set one up earlier called test list, so I'm going to click on that. And we've got lots of information on here, as you can see, because I haven't configured that form correctly, so we'll go back and do that in a minute. So we select test list, and this now is connected to my MailChimp test list email list. So when someone signs up on here, they will automatically be signed up on my MailChimp account. You'll notice the same as yesterday, I've opted only to have the email form on here, only the email box. I'm not collecting other information like their first name or last name or website or anything, because I want to make it as quick and easy for them to sign up as possible. So I'm now going to change the appearance of this. So right click and appearance. And I'm going to choose to change the color of the button, just going to make that lighter green. And right click and button to change the word. So download ebook. Okay, so we now have our email sign-in. We've set this up, as you know, on a banner. And one of the benefits of doing that is that all these elements now are fixed to the banner. So if I click on the banner background and I move it, you'll see that everything moves with it. So we're setting up a simple opt-in that people give their email address, and we're going to give them a download. So something that we can do is to add some urgency to this. We can add a timer that says you must sign up within the next 10 minutes, otherwise the offer goes away. So if we click on the add button here, and we'll go to apps, and we'll go to timer. If we click on timer, we have our timer here. Now what we'll do is we'll put this banner, this timer on a separate banner. So I've just moved this whole banner down a bit, as you will see, and click on add and add banner. And we'll just need to shrink this banner down a little bit in size. Okay, and we'll just do it so it matches with the top one. And we can pop the countdown timer in here. Let's change the color of the background. So appearance, color, and I'll change it to a, let's change it to purple. That looks horrible, but never mind. Okay, we'll just move that up, match that up so it goes. And then to format this, to configure this, as always, right click is our friend, edit, and we can say how long we want this to go for. So we could have it so it was like a week. So if you were offering I don't know, a new product launch or something, and that it was coming in a week's time, then you could set it for a week, right down to 5 or 10 minutes if you really want to laser focus somebody in on taking action on your offer, not just today, but in the next 10 minutes. So we will set this to set this to 0 hours, and we'll set it to let's say 10 minutes, and let's just confirm. Okay, so people have got 10 minutes 59 seconds, which is not time. Let's make it exactly 10 minutes. And you can see also that we can change the look and feel of it here as well. So if we want to change the background color or the text color so it tied more neatly with our brand, or in a color that contrasted with our brand to make it really stand out, this is where we would do so. So confirm. If we just have a look and see how that looks on the preview, you see it starts counting down immediately. Let's go back to edit, right click on this, edit, and we can also say what action we want to happen when it is done. So at the end of the 10 minutes, we can redirect to another page. It says, sorry, you've missed your offer. At the moment, we'll leave it not to take any action at all, and we'll just close it. Oops. I'll confirm. So we've got a countdown timer, we've got the offer, we've got the opt-in form. So now we want to create a thank you page. So I'm going to go to the layout here, and I'm going to click on layout, and I'm going to click on the default layout, which is what we've been working in, and I'm going to add a page. So add page. Yesterday, if you remember, that we added legal pages using this. Today we're going to use the blank page, and I'm just going to click on blank page, and I'm going to call it thank you because it's going to be our thank you page, and confirm. So here we are. This is our thank you page, and this is the page that people are going to come to after they've signed up. So let's just add a little bit of text. You obviously will want to add something a little bit more exciting than just a plain thank you, but we're going to say thank you, and then we'll tell them to keep a lookout in their email because instructions perhaps will be with them, or we might want to tell them to whitelist it or something like that. But we'll say thank you. In this case, their download is going to be below. Your download is below. And we'll add a button. We can choose any button, and of course we can edit and customize the look and feel of the button. Right click, action, and we're going to have it so when they click on this, they get their download. So we'll just choose a PDF document, which I haven't loaded. So I will upload a PDF. I'm just going to load any PDF for now. So just click to add that and confirm. So now when somebody clicks on this button, this download will start. There were other options you noticed as well, which just quickly look at those. So we could send them to another page, or we could send them to another website, or they could watch a video or something. They could make a payment, but no, we're going to stick with the document. So that's now added the PDF to that button. And to change the appearance, right click, text, download your ebook, and confirm, and then right click to change the appearance. So colour of background, green is consistent then with the one that we had on the other page. And we don't want borders, and that we will add some shadow. And you'll see that there's many different things that we can do and that you can add, like big borders or little dashed borders and things. You could have sort of round corners and things. So have a little play around with the things, because this is really a neat way of customizing buttons. And buttons are really important on the page because these are the place where we've got our call to action. So it's definitely worthwhile spending some time exploring the different ways that you can make the buttons look and feel and act on your page. Because of course, as we looked at yesterday, we can also add animation. So we can make this button. We want people to look at this button. We want them to take action on it. So we can add some animations. So let's have a look in preview. There, the button does a little dance to tell them that it's on the page and ready to be clicked. So we've got thank you, your download is below, we've got the download button. So this is potentially the last time that we're going to be communicating with this customer. They might not like the download, or they might, they might forget all about us, might not open our emails. So we can have another opportunity to get them to take an action that they've already got their download. So we could do something like get them to come to our store, or go to another web page or something. So what we could do is add perhaps an image gallery. So gallery, and let's pick, well, let's pick this one here. Oops, I think I might have done it twice. I have done it twice. Delete. Okay. I need to make this page a little bit bigger to hold on to the gallery. Just make the gallery a bit smaller while we're here. So to change the images, right click, edit, and here where you see images, click on that. You would then add the images that you wanted to add to this gallery. Delete the ones that you don't want from here, add the ones that you do want from here. There's settings here if you want to change. You can change the distance between them and change the corners and things. You can change the number of rows that you've got, the number of columns that you've got, and then just confirm. So you could have a little showcase here of your products, so that, or more information about your service or something. And then we could say something like, add some text. And obviously I'm doing this really, really quickly. I mean, that if we were doing this in a real live version, then, take a little bit of time making sure that things were lined up and things look nice. So we'll say, hey, before you go, why not come and visit my store? Get 10% off today with this coupon code. And then whatever code that we want them to use. And then you could add then a button that took them to your store. So right click, button, just add another button. Right click, action. In this case, we'd want web address. So if it was going to my Etsy store, for example, I would then just put in my Etsy store here, and then OK. I'm going to close it because I don't really want to do that. So you get an idea anyway. So this is the final page. Rather than just giving them the download and then letting them go away, that you could have a go at getting them to your store or to take another form of action today, and that you would make this look really nice with some nice product images and a button that look nice. And this is how I mentioned earlier that we can use this little icon here to move things down so that we can spread things out nicely on a page. One design tip, very often that we scrunch things up on websites that we try to get as much as possible into a small space. If you look at websites which have a very clean look and feel, that they're certainly not scared of space, that there'll be plenty of space between different elements. So we've set up our thank you page. What I haven't done is saved, so I'm just going to save this one moment. And it's telling us what it's saving and the fact that I've added a new page. Okay, so let's go back to my home page. So if somebody then hasn't signed up within the 10 minutes to take example of this, to take advantage, sorry, of this special offer, then we could do a number of things. And one of the things that we could do is redirect to a page, and we will redirect them to our thank you page. So what we've done now is if somebody has been on this site for 10 minutes, they haven't taken us up on this offer, then we have redirected them to another page. Thinking about it, we obviously wouldn't want to send them to a thank you page. Let's just quickly go here, default. We'll add a new page and we'll set up a, oops, I'm sorry, you've missed it page. Okay. So we'll just quickly add a bit of text to this, just so that you get an idea of the sort of thing that we could do. Sorry, you missed it. For another chance to get this special offer, sign up here. And then we'll just add an email list. And we will configure this. I will add that to the same list that we looked at earlier. So, so now if we go back to the home page, so if somebody hasn't signed up to take advantage of this offer within 10 minutes, they're going to go to the sorry page where we're actually showing them the sign up form again. But that what's of interest here isn't so much the content of what we're putting together, it's actually how it all works. So the last thing that we need to do is to go back to MailChimp and give it the address that we want MailChimp to redirect people to once they have signed up for our offer or signed up onto our list. So what I need to do now is to save this, and I need to publish it because I need to get the URL. I need to get the live URL. So more options, publish. Okay, and then I will open this. Okay, so this is the page we're going to redirect them to. So I'm just going to copy the URL. Okay, and then we'll just go back to MailChimp. Okay, so we're back in MailChimp. Go to the list that you want to configure. Go to sign up forms and then go to form builder. Click on form builder and you'll see we have a range of different options. Click here and you'll see that we can change the confirmation thank you page. So we'll click here and we will add our URL here and save. So now when somebody has confirmed their email, they will get taken to the thank you page that we've just created, where they can download their ebook and that we've given them a coupon code and a little bit more of an incentive to go and visit our store. So that's it, just over the 30 minutes. So thank you very much for watching today. Tomorrow we're going to look at some design elements. We're going to look at what makes a standout page. We're going to look at some of the different features that we can use, and that we're going to look at how we can create an offer. In this case, it's going to be a coupon code that we will be sharing with people, and we'll be looking at sort of design, look and feel is going to be the theme for tomorrow. So thank you very much for bearing with me today. And if you have any questions, just get in touch. Thank you.